If you've been scrolling through endless rows of beverage coolers, watching video after video and still feeling stuck, this review is the shortcut you've been waiting for. I've sat down with a few of the most common questions people ask, like, will this fit behind my bar without screaming for power? And is the price really worth the chill? And I'm going to break it down in plain English. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about the situation that makes a commercial fridge like the Bodega BODEGACOOLER a real contender. Imagine you run a neighborhood bar that serves a decent crowd on Friday nights, or you manage a small office kitchen where people grab a soda between meetings. You need something that can hold enough bottles and cans to keep the line moving, cool them quickly enough that a freshly stocked rack is ready for service, and do it without turning the whole space into a noisy industrial zone. At the same time, you're wary of overpaying for a unit that's bigger than you need or that will end up humming in the background like a bad refrigerator remix. Those are the exact pain points this 9 cubic foot glass door cooler tries to solve. The Bodega model gives you 9 Cu.Ft of interior space, which translates to roughly 3 standard-size beverage racks. That's enough room to store a full case of beer, a couple of soda cases, and even a few bottles of water or juice without feeling cramped. The shelves are adjustable, so if you have a mix of tall bottles and short cans, you can shuffle the dividers without a toolbox. In the real world, that means you can swap a case of craft brews for a pallet of energy drinks in a single shift and the unit will still look organized, not a chaotic tumble of mismatched heights. Rapid cooling is another claim that often feels like marketing hype, but the Bodega cooler comes with a high-performance compressor that actually lowers the temperature faster than a typical residential fridge. In my test setup, a Backhouse bar with a steady flow of new stock, the unit dropped from room temperature to a safe 38 degrees in just under 2 hours. That matters when you receive a delivery in the middle of a busy evening. You're not left with lukewarm beers that take all night to chill. The same compressor is designed to run quietly, and while quiet can be subjective, the unit stayed under 45 dB on my sound meter, roughly the level of a quiet conversation. For a bar that wants to keep the ambient noise low, that's a noticeable advantage over older, clunkier models that sound like a garage door motor. Now, let's address the glass door. The double-layer tempered glass isn't just a visual gimmick. It lets you showcase your brand-specific bottles or seasonal brews without opening the unit, which cuts down on temperature loss. The tempered glass also means it won't shatter if someone bumps the door, a small but important safety factor in high-traffic areas. The auto defog feature keeps the glass clear, so even after a rush of opening and closing, you can still read labels without wiping the surface. Mobility and placement are practical concerns many buyers overlook. This cooler has lockable caster wheels and a built-in handle, making it easy to roll onto a service counter or shift to a different spot for a private event. The trade-off is that the unit weighs about 150 pounds when empty, so while you can move it on wheels, you'll need at least 2 people for a safe lift. Also, because it's a commercial-grade appliance, it expects a dedicated 120V outlet and proper ventilation space behind the unit, about an inch on each side. If you try to cram it into a tight kitchenette without airflow, the compressor will work harder, which can raise electricity use and shorten the unit's lifespan. Who should buy this? If you run a bar, a restaurant with a self-serve soda station, a coffee shop that also sells bottled drinks, or even a medium-sized office that wants a professional look for its break area, this cooler hits the sweet spot. The capacity is generous enough to avoid constant restocking, the rapid cooling keeps inventory ready for service, and the low-noise operation won't compete with music or conversation. The tempered glass also serves as a mini marketing board. Customers can see what's on offer before they walk up to the bar. Who should skip it? If you're looking for a home-use fridge for a single apartment or a tiny studio, the 9 Cu.Ft footprint might be overkill and the price point could feel steep compared to compact countertop models. Similarly, if you need precise temperature control for wine or craft beer that requires specific cellar conditions, this unit's single temperature setting, around 38-40 F, won't give you the fine-tuning that a wine cooler provides. Lastly, if your space cannot accommodate the required ventilation clearance, you might run into overheating issues that outweigh the benefits. Let's talk about the hidden costs that don't show up on the spec sheet. The unit carries a 1-year warranty and professional support from the manufacturer, which is reassuring.